You are watching FSN South.
Coming up next, the #1 North Carolina Tar Heels host the Valparaiso Crusaders on ACC Sunday Night Hoops, presented by Pizza Hut.
For over 50 years, a tradition of excellence has continued in the Atlantic Coast Conference. But it's not all about trophies and winning. It's also about sportsmanship, showing respect, rising above it all, and being a leader for both fans and players alike. In the ACC, we're working hard to continue making sportsmanship a tradition. The ACC, a tradition of excellence, then, now, and always.
It's the final days of the Chevy Red Tag event, where the price on the tag is the price you'll pay. And while supplies last, get 0% financing on almost every '07 Chevy car, pickup, and SUV. That's 0% financing for 60 months for qualified buyers on almost every 2007 Chevy. See some red and save some green. Click on Chevy.com, then see your local Chevy dealer.
How do you want me to handle your
death? Treat it as if it were your own. What are you doing?
The bucket list. The list of all the things to do before we
kick the bucket. How about skydiving?
This is living!
Jack Nicholson.
You gotta drive it or buy it a dress.
Morgan Freeman.
You know, I feel like a teenager.
Proud of you.
The Bucket List.
Nobody cares what you think.
Rated PG-13. Now playing in select cities everywhere January 11th.
Has anybody ever had skunky beer? Light destroys beer.
Any light can skunk a beer, not just sunlight.
Clear and green bottles let in light, which can turn traditionally brewed beer skunky. Brown bottles protect better.
We have 21 award-winning varieties. Every one comes in a brown bottle. And we also use higher six-packs to protect it from the light.
We use only the old-fashioned pry-off caps.
Twist-offs let in more oxygen. We want to prevent that from happening. We put so much care into brewing the beer that we want to protect it.
Trying to trap that inbounds play, and Lloyd did a very nice job. You don't allow yourself to be trapped. Don't stand there and let the trap come. Pass out of it or dribble out of it before the defense can get set. Fouls on Ellington, his first personal. There's the double. Lawson and Ginyard on Hansbrough. Big Bobola gives it up. Huff lets it fly for three. This team is not afraid to shoot the three. Average about 24 a game. When they get an open look like that, Ron, they're not going to make them all, but they've got to make a high percentage. Man-to-man right at the moment for Valpo. That's a tough matchup. Thompson with a couple of inches on the inside. Diebler, one of their best defenders, on Lawson with 12 to shoot. Now they switch. Diebler's got to try to catch up to him. Puts the shoulder down. Ball belongs to Valparaiso. Welcome inside the Dean Smith Center in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. ACC Sunday Night Hoops presented by Pizza Hut. The #1 team in the country at 12-0, taking on Valparaiso at 10-2. Welcome those of you who watched that exciting game in Atlanta. Florida State winning by 2 over Georgia Tech, along with Debbie Antonelli, Dan Bonner, Amron Thulin. We have played just over a couple of minutes.
Ron, that was interesting. You see Valpo really trying to get back on defense, and North Carolina very sloppily handling the ball, but they got away with it because all the yellow shirts were down on the other end.
Holding a 2-0 game. 17:25 to play in the opening 20. Baseline, nothing doing. Huff gives it up to Diebler. He lost the handle, but Trey track it down. Big Diebler gives it up to Hansbrough. Nothing but the side of the backboard, and here comes North Carolina. Lawson to the hole with a reverse.
You miss a shot badly, particularly in transition. If you're playing North Carolina, you better just turn around and sprint to the other end because they're coming.
That's what Homer Drew told us. He said we were concerned about their speed. Hansbrough cannot get the three to go down. He's now 0 for 2 shooting the basketball.
North Carolina is very aggressive defensively, but you have to take your time. You don't want to hurry your shot.
Deon Thompson, the sophomore from Torrance, California. He's got 4 in the ball game, and the lead goes up to 6-0.
And Thompson, a young man who is playing much better in the last few games.
Let's see if Valpo can just settle down offensively. Lloyd, the senior, usually is the man that does that. Little stutter step, To the hole with the left hand, can't finish it.
Here they come.
Ahead again, Thompson, turnaround, that bank is open.
Now Valpo trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Looking for their first basket of the ball game. Inside, Igbavoa can't get it to go. And here comes the train running again. Lawson on the right. And he'll wisely set it up. Hansbrough trying to get position on the right block. Thompson looks for him.
Hansbrough hadn't even touched the ball in scoring position yet.
Lawson's three, rebounded by Sean Huff, the senior out of Helsinki, Finland. Igbavoa.
He's not going to shoot it from out there.
No, out of his range. He's only attempted 4 threes, only made 1. Lloyd dancing around trying to shake Lawson.
There's just nothing doing for Valpo.
Diebler can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, though, and a fresh shot clock. 5 minutes gone by. 0 for 8. Now shooting the ball, and the crowd loves the defense. Lloyd again on the drive. Slapped by Lawson, taken away by Thompson. The pull-up. Neither team shooting exceptionally well here in the opening 20 minutes.
I think it's very important for Valpo to get on the board here. Not only because they don't want to fall too far behind, but it's a confidence thing now. They're really thinking about it.
Lloyd looking for somebody. Hansbrough likes to pull the trigger from the outside, just a sophomore. Diebler, he'll let it fly. Rebound, Hansbrough. His 3rd rebound of the ball game already, and he played less than 6 minutes. Eight 0, North Carolina up by 1. Hansbrough, nice spin move inside with the right hand. He averages 22, and he's got his first deuce of the ball game.
Now you talk about some quickness for a big guy. My heavens. He beat the double team.
Timeout called by Valparaiso. They're trailing 10-0. Just about 6 minutes gone by here in the opening half. Let's take a look at the Pizza Hut starting lineups. This is the team that started for Valparaiso. McPherson and Diebler at the guards, along with Hansbrough, Huff, Igbavoa. That rounds out the starting 5. Same starting 5 all year long for Valparaiso. And the Pizza Hut starting lineup for Carolina: Lawson, Ellington, Ginyard, Thompson, and Hansbrough. Now let's take a look at the Boost Mobile game plan.
I think 3-point baskets, triple is going to be very important in this game. Valpo already 0 for 6. Transition going to be extremely important. North Carolina has showed us that early. And trash, particularly that garbage around the basket, the offensive rebounding, something North Carolina has done very well. I think as you look at those factors, they're going to be the most important ones in the game. And the speed of North Carolina, we're talking about transition. When they can get it out quickly to Ty Lawson, he can make you pay for it.
0 for 9 for Valparaiso shooting the basketball. Igbavoa has it stripped away. Nice job, Danny Green, giving it up on the fast break. Count the basket, and we have a foul. Ellington on the hoop, and he'll go to the line. Once again, the speed of North Carolina. Danny Green giving it up to Ellington. UNC by 12.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and I'm a shaman. I'm a conduit of the ancient forces of nature. You're no doubt wondering, hey, Shatner, how do I hurl bolts of lightning? Simple. Get World of Warcraft, dog. You can be anyone you want. I'm William Shatner, and I'm a shaman. What's your game?
World of Warcraft, the #1 online game. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
Hey, think I got here by sitting on my butt all day playing video games? Come on, get out there on a Honda. Who knows? Maybe one day some kid will be playing you.
The Honda CRF F-Series. Unplug your kids. Get your kids in a CRF F for as low as $39 a month and up to $300 in bonus bucks now during the Good to Go sales event.
Whoa, I didn't see that coming.
It's a crunchy hot wing with no sauce.
But it's still got all the kick.
Sauceless and crunchy, it's amazing.
In a split second, everything that I knew about hot wings has changed. In this new wing world, anything is possible.
Will you go out with me?
Yes.
Didn't see that coming.
Crunchy on the outside, spicy on the inside. The sauceless hot wing is at KFC. Get a bucket of 20 or try 6 wings for $2.99. Only at KFC.
Shots. Valparaiso has not made any of 9. We look at Bobby Frazier, the junior, who on Thursday night in their ball game came down with a torn ACL on that play.
And that's really a tough blow for Bobby Frazier, obviously, and tough for North Carolina. Roy Williams knows it.
He was our best leader on the floor defensively, and we're really going to miss that. Some guys are really going to have to step up. And everybody's going to say, well, he's 16, 17 minutes a game. He's averaging 3 points, or always just poor mouthing. They don't know my team, and I know my team. And this is a major, major loss for us, and some other guys are going to have to step up and get out of their comfort level or out of their shell that they've been in the first 12 games. Somebody's got to get a lot more verbal.
Well, as you pointed out, Dan, and rightly so, that he also played a lot of 2 guards. So at the end of the game, that's where another part of the game where they're going to really miss Bobby Frazier.
That's one of those things, you put a team together, and when you have all the pieces meshing as well as North Carolina has meshed so far this year, you don't want to lose any of them.
Right. Huff tries to throw it off Copeland, and he does. Earlier today at the shoot-around, Bobby Frazier did show up, still part of the team during this Christmas break, not going to get surgery for a while, but he was at the shoot-around today, and you can just see the pain in his face.
Well, you have to wait till the swelling goes down, but no matter how close you are to the other guys on the team, it's really hard to stay closely connected with the guys on the court when you can't get on the court with them. I mean, he's a really nice kid, and it's just a very, very tough blow. Obviously, he did it late enough in the season where he can't get a medical red shirt, and it's just a very sad thing for Bobby Frazier.
McPherson launches the 3, and that's a quick one, and Hansbrough pulls down his 4th rebound of the ball game already. His squad up 13-0 here in the early going. Here's Danny Green. Dietler poke checked it away. Debbie, you've got more on Bobby Frazier for us.
Well, guys, I spoke to Bobby before the basketball game. He said the swelling's gone down. He's getting better range of motion. It's his first day off crutches. His spirits are better. What a great attitude. And he said his role now on the team will be to continue to motivate from the bench, be as vocal as he can. He said his roommate, Tyler Hansbrough, has been very supportive.
Well, Hansbrough does a nice job defensively there. Stevenson had the rebound, lost it. Valparaiso will have it. Still looking for their first basket of the ball game, and we played better than 7 minutes. Marcus Ginyard coming back in. We can see the field goal percentage.
Ron, and one other thing that we need to point out is that Bobby Frazier, one of the backup point guards, the other backup point guard is Quentin Thomas, and Quentin Thomas is not in uniform tonight because he rolled his ankle the other day. There he is. So you suddenly go from having 3 pretty good point guards to 1.
And Roy Williams likes 3-point guards too, so this is really putting him kind of in a pickle. Lloyd finally getting the first 2 of the ball game at the 12:44 mark. So 7 minutes and 16 seconds before they scored their first basket.
Valpo drops back into a 1-3-1 zone, particularly with Ellington out of the game. They're going to make somebody out there shoot the ball over the zone.
Lawson with a pump fake. Lloyd picks him up on the top of the key off the green. Thompson sees the double, throws out of it. Hansbrough working out Boucher. Boy, he just powers himself up for his 4th point of the ball.
He's working on Boucher and Huff. They had 2 pretty big guys in there who had him surrounded, and he just pushed his way right up through them.
He's got such strong hands, you're not going to slap the ball away from him. Tom Izzo, Michigan State coach, says if he gets it in his fingernails, you're not going to slap it away from him. Boucher inside, rejected by Thompson. Thompson coming up with a big-time block. He's got 14 blocks on the year. We'll take a break. 11:52 left to play in the opening half. Valpo has gotten on the board, but they still trail by 13.
Everybody's talking about the great taste of Pizza Hut's new Pizza Mia Pizza. The rich, whole milk mozzarella. The sauce made from fine ripened California tomatoes. And a perfectly baked crust. But the price leaves them speechless.
$5?
$5. That's right. Anytime you order 3 or more medium one-topping Pizza Mia pizzas, they're each just $5 every day. The new Pizza Mia. Get more, not less. Pizza Hut. Order online.
I Am Legend is a pure adrenaline rush. It will blow you away. Gripping, suspenseful, non-stop action. 100 minutes of pedal to the metal. I Am Legend. Rated PG-13.
Rob, you know Verizon Wireless still has lots of really great phones on sale. Got myself a Venus with a touchscreen.
The holidays aren't over yet. Because some of the season's hottest phones are up to 50% off, like the Samsung U620, perfect for Vcast mobile TV, just $49.99. Or get the Moto Q Music, just $99.99. Verizon Wireless.
Chill is in the air. Miller Chill, a light beer brewed with a hint of lime and salt.
When Chrysler unveils the most exciting sales event of the year, we want everyone to know about it. Announcing the Chrysler event of a lifetime. For a limited time, get 0% financing on Town & Country with a 5-star crash test rating. Backed by our lifetime powertrain warranty. That's the best warranty in the business, bar none. Hurry into your Chrysler dealer today, because while the warranty goes on for a lifetime, this event ends soon.
Off to their best start since 97-98. They lead it by 13. I want to take you back to 1998. One of the all-time great magical moments in NCAA opening round tournament history. Valpo seeded 13 against Ole Miss. Closing seconds, they trail. Bryce Drew gets the ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and Valpo upsets Ole Miss 70-69. Truly one of the great moments in opening round. There's Bryce now, an assistant with his father, was a 16th round pick in the NBA, spent 6 years playing professionally. Said it's priceless working with his dad. Boucher saw the double, Green takes it away. Thompson wanted an alley-oop, they didn't see him. The floater. Ginyard got his first two.
And Ginyard is in the game as the point guard, Ron. That's an interesting thing that we'll have to watch here a little bit.
His goal this summer, Ginyard, was to be a better shooter. Oh, get that egg out of my basket. Thompson with the swat. Ellington, Ginyard, oof.
It's not really important that you have a great point guard if you're running down the court the whole time. If the other guys are looking at the names on the back of your shirts, it's hard to play good defense.
19-2. Homer Drew wants another timeout.
We talk about North Carolina's ability to create turnovers where they're big guys, they can block shots, and lots of times a block shot can lead to a pretty good transition opportunity. Hansbrough does a nice job giving it up to Ellington, who gets it right over. They actually change sides of the court on the fast break and create an easy opportunity. It's interesting.
Well, Roy Williams, he knows that Marcus Ginyard's going to have to play. Here's what he says about the junior from Alexandria, Virginia.
Marcus Ginyard, at Friday's practice, we put him back there at the point guard the first time since summer basketball after his sophomore year in high school. But I honestly feel that you need 3 point guards, and we're down to 2. So Marcus would be the one. You know, Tyler and Dion are both trying to bid for it so they could be the 3rd point guard. But I'm not really that comfortable with Hansbrough or Thompson, either one.
Is that a ringing endorsement there? Boyd gives it up. McPherson, a little baseline jumper. They've got their 2nd field goal of the ball game. McPherson, he's got his first 2. The junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. The 3.
And, you know, here they come.
Yeah.
Valparaiso scores, and immediately North Carolina's down the court. They missed the shot, but that's what they're looking for. They want to play their offense before you can set your defense. Now Lawson, I think, is going to see his minutes increase substantially here while the other guys are out. He's coming in averaging only 23.8 minutes a game, and I think that'll go up. That number will go up, particularly if they start ACC play if Quentin Thomas can't get back.
You made a great point. Even if you score as an opponent of North Carolina, they get it out of the net so quickly. They're ready to run right off the bat. McPherson tries a little crossover, but Ellington right with him step for step. Hanpa has not been able to get open tonight at all. 5 turnovers now for Valpo. North Carolina almost +5 as far as turnovers against their opponent as Jake Diebler comes back in.
Ron, and that was a turnover, but the good thing for Valpo is that now North Carolina can't get a fast break because they got to take the ball out of bounds. The challenge for Valpo is they drop back into that 1-3-1 zone. Now it's not good enough to just weather the storm that North Carolina, you've got to catch up in the game.
Right. Well, they're down by 15. Ginyard. Thompson in the paint, got fouled on the play. We got some pushing and shoving.
Well, now that's Jake Diebler, and he's telling Hansbrough, look, I'm just trying to protect my nose, I think. His nose is right at Hansbrough's elbow level. And when you've broken your nose 4 times and had surgery on it twice, you certainly, even wearing that protective mask, don't want somebody the size of Tyler Hansbrough to bop you on the nose. I asked him yesterday, Diebler at practice, if that thing really helps, and he said, well, yeah, it does.
And also, you spent some time with him too, Debbie.
I sure did. I'm calling him make no mistake Jake, guys, because he's had 11 turnovers in 12 games. He plays the most minutes for anybody on the team, and he's a guy that plays within his skill set. His father was a high school coach. His brother plays at Ohio State. He leads the team in assists, steals, and all the heart and hustle plays. And as far as breaking down the opponent, he watches 4 hours of extra tape on the average. And particularly against Ty Lawson, who he's had that defensive assignment with, he said he lost a lot of sleep last night worried about trying to defend Lawson and keep him in front.
Oh, you got that right. And Diebler's dad, Keith, is here in the stands. Drove 9 hours to see the game. And there's Boucher with his 3-pointer. He's got 6 on the year. He's not afraid to shoot it for a big man.
It's a team that scores more than 10 3-point baskets a game. There, Boucher gets the block.
Ellington has to give it up. Hansbrough's got the 2. He's got 6 in the ball game. The lead back to 15. In case you're just joining us, Valparaiso went 0 for 13 to start the game. It took them 7 minutes and 16 seconds to get their first hoop.
Now, when you get down by 13, you can't play even with somebody. You got to outscore them, and North Carolina's half-court defense really makes that difficult.
Hansbrough 5 rebounds in the ball game to go along with his 6 points.
Well, he's handled the ball exactly 3 times in scoring range, and he scored all 3 times.
If you're Homer Drew right now, you've got to get Hanpa and Huff somehow in a rhythm. There's Hanpa, got his first 2 of the ball game.
And if you're North Carolina, you really don't mind Hanpa scoring them 2 at a time. He's very dangerous from 3. This is a team that scores almost as many points from 3-point range as they do from 2-point range. You've got to get out there and defend the 3-point shot.
Also setting it up defensively. Hansbrough shoots before the double comes over. Tyler Hansbrough, 8 points, 5 rebounds. 4 for 4 shooting.
Ron, and like I said before, he handled the ball 3 times previously in his shooting range, and it looks like he's extending that shooting range a little bit, but he's had the ball 4 times in positions from which he can score, and he scored all 4 times.
Leads the ACC in scoring, Diebler. Bobo, Hanpa, that's what you talked about. Set his feet, still didn't get it to go.
See, they got to make some of those. They've got to try to trade 3 for 2 to get back into this game.
Lawson throws it away. Diebler comes up with a loose ball. They've got numbers if they hurry. Hanpa not afraid to shoot way outside of 3-point. Time gives it up, and Lloyd drops the 3.
And that has to be the offense. Now here they come again. It's just very difficult to get your defense set against these guys.
Hansbrough from way outside thought he got a little piece of it. Hanpa didn't go for it, but that's going to be an offensive foul called on Marcus Ginyard. We've got a timeout, 7:18 to play. It's been all North Carolina from beginning. They've doubled up Valpo.
I think it's part of American history for people to push beyond.
Don't have a respect for the ice road, I think you're not going to be here.
Things will really start changing the instant humans are gone.
You run in for your job, out for your life.
70 tough. Tough.
This is a new Roswell.
It's history in the making.
There was 1,000 years of history on this very thing. I love history.
Hey, think I got here by sitting on my butt all day playing video games? Come on, get out there on a Honda. Who knows? Maybe one day some kid will be playing you.
The Honda CRF F-Series. Unplug your kids. Get your kids in a CRF F for as low as $39 a month and up to $300 in bonus bucks now during the Good to Go sales event.
Hey, Vito's. Hey, yo, you want cheesesteak? Hold on. Hey, Pop.
Cheesesteak. Coming on.
What? Yeah. We got burgers.
Hey, what's a burger? What does he want? A burger?
Get the cheesesteak.
Get the cheesesteak.
Yeah. They're both good. Forget about it. Drop the phone. What do you want? Cheesesteak or you want a burger?
Hey, what's he want? Burger.
Hey, Pop, he wants a cheesesteak and a burger on one bun.
What does he want?
We do that?
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
The Philly Cheesesteak Thick Burger. Back at Hardee's.
Week, another ACC Sunday Night Hoops doubleheader is Kyle Singler and number 10 Duke hosts Cornell. Then we'll follow number 1 North Carolina to Clemson, where the Tar Heels will face KC Rivers and the Tigers. Rivers leads the team in scoring while Trevor Booker dominates the boards. All the action tips off next Sunday, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. Brought to you in brilliant FSN HD. And we take a look at the Avis game summary so far. Thompson from North Carolina, 7 points, 3 blocks, but Tyler Hansbrough, perfect, 8 points, 6 rebounds. 7:05 to play in the first half. Huff checked back into the ball game. Bushi trying to get out of the long arms of Mike Copeland. 10 to shoot. Lloyd, he'll launch it again, looking for his second three, and he's got it. He's got 8 in the ball game.
So Valpo, they've already got as many three-point baskets as they do two-point baskets, and that's how they're going to climb back into the game. Now they've got to get some stops.
Lawson over the outstretched hands of Igbovoa, but the tip up and in by Mike Copeland. Copeland, the junior from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, averaging .8 a ball game, so he's doubled his average. Lloyd quickly. Stevenson puts a momentary stop on him. Now Lawson playing a little tighter defense on Diebler. Bushi for 3. Igbovoa goes for the rebound, controlled by North Carolina. Here comes Lawson. Green wants an alley-oop. Instead, they cross-court it to him. Graves can't get the shot. Igbovoa the rebound. Igbovoa their leading rebounder, just under 7 a ball game. Lloyd will pull the trigger over Lawson again. Jared Lloyd, the senior from Niles West High School, with 11 points in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Ron, and Valpo has had some opportunity to get back in the game, and they've been doing it basically with one-on-one moves that result in three-point shots, sort of out of their offensive rhythm, but they're being able to convert some shots. Back to that zone goes Valpo.
Graves almost lost the handle, gets it back to Lawson. Green will launch it. The 3 rattles it around. Danny Green He's got his first points of the ball game, his 17th three-pointer made this year.
And that's okay. You go to the zone because Ellington, the best shooter, is out of the game, but you better find Danny Green because he is the other guy in the lineup now for North Carolina with Bobby Frazier out there who can really hurt you from beyond the arc.
11-point margin inside of 5 minutes. Huff trying to get on track. His three rattles around. Stevenson the rebound. Lloyd this time trying to stay in front of Lawson. Huff quickly. Green though right around him for the 2. Green with 5. The lead goes to 13.
And North Carolina really distributing its offense up and down the lineup tonight.
Green coming off his first start of his career versus Nevada the other night. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists in that game. Now Lloyd dancing around, and we've got a whistle and a foul on Lawson.
The fans here are very unhappy, but I think that's a call you have to make. Danny Green bounced Lloyd pretty well, pretty hard, coming off that screen. And this is a play that if you're the official, you just can't allow the guys to be banging on one another that far away from the basket.
Osale changes for North Carolina as most of their starting 5 comes back in. Hansbrough comes back in. Here's McPherson. They're giving Lloyd a rest. Lloyd with 3 three-pointers in the ball game. At least got Valpo somewhat close. McPherson dancing around, going nowhere. Diebler pulls up the jumper and he buries the 2.
So Ginyard back in the game playing the point guard, and there's no question that he has the quickness to defend the other team's point guard. Here's the challenge, though. Can he run the offense effectively in the half court?
11-point lead. Dangerous pass by Hansbrough, and that's one of the problems Tyler Hansbrough has. His assist-to-turnover ratio is almost -3. Hanpa, the 3. He just cannot find his range tonight.
That's a great block out.
Green, the pull-up from 15, tough shot, buries it.
You know, you almost get the feeling like every time you miss a shot, they're going to go down and score.
Closing it on 3 minutes to play in the half. Thompson on Huff, who tries to go baseline. Another turnover. Ginyard gives it up. Hansbrough, no whistle before that. We've got a foul. Timeout on the court, 3:13 to play in the opening 20 minutes. Carolina trying to pull away from Valparaiso.
The whole idea with Sam Adams was to make rich, flavorful beer and see if anybody would drink it.
Jim started brewing it in his kitchen.
It was just the coolest thing.
Back then, everyone thought all beer tasted alike.
The microbrewery movement was just being born.
Jim was a pioneer of the small brewery revolution.
He went and sold it 1 bottle at a time.
I was scared to death. We had no money. Nobody had ever heard of our beer.
Sam Adams was great. No one had tried an American beer that had that kind of flavor, that had that kind of quality.
This is a good beer. The bucket list. The list of all the things to do before we kick the bucket. We can do this.
I hate your guts!
The bucket list. Proud of you. Nobody cares what you think.
Rated PG-13. Now playing in select cities everywhere January 11th.
Introducing the all-new 113 cubic inch Raider. The world's first chopper-inspired custom that rides as great as it looks. The Raider from Star Motorcycles. We build it, you make it your own. Exclusively at your Yamaha dealer.
The most unpredictable college football season in history reaches its climax. The Tigers have risen from the ashes and are ready to claim their second BCS championship. But the Buckeyes are out to avenge last year's title game loss and prove they're the true #1. LSU. Ohio State. The All-State BCS National Championship game. This January, only on Fox.
Tyler Hansbrough, 8 points, 6 rebounds in the effort that has North Carolina up on top. And this bucket moved him a little bit closer, a little bit farther up on the all-time scoring list, Dan, for North Carolina.
Well, Tyler Hansbrough, it's very hard to trap inside because he's so quick with the ball. Then he shoots the 15-foot jumper, then the 12-foot turnaround jumper. That's almost unfair. There's what you're talking about. Tyler Hansbrough has now moved into 23rd spot in North Carolina scoring history. He's got a long way to go to get to that #1 spot, but you know what? if he stays for 4 years, he's got a shot at it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see what he's done, 4 or 5 shooting today. The guy that had a chance to go to the Pan Am Games, play for the USA, but he was concerned about his workout time. Said he wanted to spend more time working out, so he turned down the invitation. Politely, I would say, turned down the invitation. He is serious about finishing this year, at least with a national championship, after being just about 6 minutes away from making the Final Four last year. Difficult loss to Georgetown in the tournament. The turnaround, nothing doing.
Boy, another offensive rebound for North Carolina, and they convert again. You know, early in the game, they were making all their shots, so they weren't getting any offensive rebounds. But now that the ball isn't going in quite as often, they're getting a lot of offensive boards.
Deon Thompson now with 9. Huff launches the 3, and he buries the three-pointer, his first hoop of the ball game. That's a guy they need to get going. About 2/3 of his field goal attempts are threes.
Man-to-man now for Valpo. And there's Bushi's going to pick up a foul, but that time Hansbrough did a better job on the double team of Hansbrough. If you're a defender, you cannot go to double team Hansbrough after he catches the ball. You've got to arrive when the ball arrives to prevent him from making that quick turn to the basket.
That's what we were talking about yesterday, watching them practice, how quickly they've got to come. Plenty of time left. 2:10 to play in the first half. Ellington didn't start last game, a little late getting here for practice. Still came off the bench, had an outstanding contest. Huff the rebound, quick outlet to McPherson. Lawson quickly picks him up.
North Carolina had the 13-0 run to start the game. Valpo's played them even since then.
Thompson doing a nice job on Huff. Diebler in the Bushi, off the glass softly. Brian Bushi from Washington, Indiana, has 5 points in the ball game. He averages about 9. They like this kid. They said he's a hard-nosed kid.
There's what we're talking about. Valpo has recovered from that run. They've chopped 3 points off the lead, but North Carolina hit him with a 13-0 punch to start the game. Put him on the deck.
Another turnover for North Carolina. They've got 7 in the ball game already. That's about half of what they average for an entire contest. Up. Gets a good look at the 3. Can't make him pay. Lawson tracks down the loose ball with 1:10 to play. Leans into Diebler. Bushi the rebound.
A nice job by Diebler. You can't just run back on defense when you're playing North Carolina. You have to sprint back on defense and get yourself turned around quickly.
You know, you talk about Diebler, a hard-nosed kid. As mentioned, his father's a coach. His dad told me today, if I'm going in a foxhole, I'm going in with him. As Hansbrough finally gets the 3, he's got 5 in the ball game. And the lead is cut to 7. Considering the start that Valparaiso had, this is pretty good. Huff getting tied up on the inside with Deon Thompson. Igbavoa, Lloyd checking back in. Green also checking back into the lineup for North Carolina. Coming up on the ACC Sunday Night Hoops halftime show, the FSN final score. The latest highlights from around the nation. We'll compare Tyler Hansbrough's intensity on the court to some other famous, intense celebrities like Dan Bonner. Then Dan and I will recap the first half, all coming up on the ACC Sunday Night Hoops halftime show.
And Lawson forced to call a timeout as Valpo does a nice job defending the inbounds play. Ron, we talked about the keys being triples and transition and offensive rebounding. Triples, transition, and trash, and that's what we've seen. Homer Drew's guys have battled back into the game because they've made three-point baskets. They're 6 of 19 shooting threes. North Carolina doing a great job in transition, being balanced. 7 different players from North Carolina have a field goal. 6 different guys have assists. So they've been very good in transition. And then North Carolina over the last 10 minutes of this half has also done a very good job on the offensive boards. But you've got to really tip your hat to the Crusaders here. They have battled when they could have been blown out of the game, but they have gotten it back to a reasonable number.
I say when you miss your first 13 shots of the ball game and it takes you over 7 minutes to score, and you have 37 seconds left in the half and you're only down by 7, I think you're feeling pretty good. But Roy Williams, he knows that Homer Drew is a good basketball coach.
Well, you're feeling pretty good right now, but North Carolina has a way that they can make you feel pretty bad pretty fast.
Boy, Ellington almost with an ankle-breaking move. This time he goes baseline, leans in, doesn't get it. Hansbrough the rebound. He fights so hard after somebody shoots, and you can see that intense look we were just talking about. Igbavoa whistle for the infraction.
Now, Hansbrough, one of the most amazing things about this first half is that this is the first time he's been to the line. He goes to the line about 10 times a game, but I think it's been the type of game. It's been almost a completely transition game for North Carolina on offense as Hansbrough misses. He hasn't really had a lot of opportunities to get fouled inside.
Oh, amazing. Not only, as you can see, he's attempted more free throws than
he's made more than any other.
Well, he has made more free throws than he has field goals in his career, not only just this year.
Well, we showed you before that he's now the number 23 scorer all time at North Carolina. He's number 5 all time in free throws made.
He not only gets to the line, but he makes them. He's about an 80% free throw shooter. Now the lead is 8.
If you're Valpo here, you want to try to get the last shot of the half, and you don't want to turn it over, get North Carolina and this crowd going again with a transition play right at the end of the half.
Green staying right with Huff. Lloyd looking for his 4th three-pointer, and he buries it. 14 first half points. The lead is 5 at halftime.
Wow.
What a comeback by Valparaiso, who started out 0 for 13. Took them over 7 minutes to get their first basket. They trailed by as many as 17, but they'll go to the locker room trailing by 5. Here it is again, Dan.
Well, this is something that we've seen a lot in the first half, that Valpo's been able off the dribble to make the 3.
Here's Debbie Antonelli with Roy Williams.
Coach, the first 7 minutes of the game, your defense was outstanding. What's been the difference in the last 13 minutes?
Well, Debbie, I don't think we were very good defensively. They missed open shots, and I told them it's fool's gold because we're making some on the break, but they're missing open shots, and the ball's bouncing out, and we're getting it running to the other end. They're a very good basketball team. We didn't expect it to continue like that, but we got to play better on the defensive end.
Coach, what about on the offensive end? Is this the tempo that you want to play?
No, there's no question. We'd like for it to be faster, but we got to be able to win in the 50s and 60s as well as the 90s.
Okay, Coach, thank you. Ron?
All right, Debbie, Valpo an 11-1 run to end the half. That's why they're trailing by just 5. The FSN final score coming up. Latest highlights from around the nation, plus Tyler Hansbrough's intensity. We compare it to other celebrity intensities, and Dan and I will recap first half. You're watching ACC Sunday Night Hoops, presented by Pizza Hut.
The true power and beauty of HDTV is often hidden, unable to be seen. Only Hitachi original technologies unleash the true power and beauty of everything you watch on HDTV. Introducing the new Hitachi line of full HD 1080 televisions. Only from Hitachi.
Everybody's talking about the great taste of Pizza Hut's new Pizza Mia Pizza. The rich whole milk mozzarella. The sauce made from fine ripened California tomatoes. And a perfectly baked crust. But the price leaves them speechless. $5? $5. That's right. Anytime you order 3 or more medium one-topping Pizza Mia pizzas, they're each just $5 every day. The new Pizza Mia. Get more, not less. Pizza Hut. Order online.
I'm Mr. T, and this is my night elf mohawk.
Cut, T, there's no such thing as a night elf mohawk.
Shut up, fool! Like I was saying, my mohawk storms through mighty forests on his frost saber. My mohawk...
T, it's a warrior, not a mohawk.
Well, maybe Mr. T hacked the game and created a mohawk class. Maybe Mr. T is pretty handy with computers. Has that occurred to you, Mr. Condescending Director? I'm Mr. T, and I'm a night elf mohawk. What's your game?
World of Warcraft. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
Rated T for Teen.
Hey, think I got here by sitting on my butt all day playing video games? Come on, get out there on a Honda. Who knows? Maybe one day some kid will be playing you.
The Honda CRF F-Series. Unplug your kids. Get your kids in a CRF F for as low as $39 a month and up to $300 in bonus bucks now during the Good to Go sales event.
You're kidding me, right?
No, first thing women look at is shoes.
You're wearing Skechers, so you're in good shape. So what do they look at next?
Definitely cell phone.
Cell phone, wallet, hairline.
Let's go back to shoes.
When your Jeep dealer unveils the most exciting sales event of the year, we want everyone to know about it. Announcing the Jeep event of a lifetime. For a limited time, get 0% financing on Jeep Grand Cherokee and Commander. Plus, get an additional $1,000 bonus cash allowance. Both backed by our lifetime powertrain warranty. That's the best warranty in the business, bar none. Hurry into your Jeep dealer. This event ends soon.
Welcome to the ACC Sunday Night Hoops halftime show. The Tar Heels lead it by 5 at the break. Hello there, I'm Danielle Sargent with this final score update. It's the final day of the NFL season and 5 teams were vying for the final 2 playoff spots. The Redskins just a win away from a postseason berth. So close they can smell it to FedEx Field, Cowboys and Redskins. First quarter a scoreless game, but not for long. Check out Clinton Portis. Breaks some tackles, some ankles, some egos. Skins are up 7-0. Fourth quarter, they are rolling here. Todd Collins connecting with Santana Moss for the touchdown. Gibbs and the Redskins heading to the playoffs. They win it 27-6. And the Browns just needing the Titans to lose to the Colts tonight to make the playoffs. They're taking on the 49ers. First quarter, a scoreless game. That's Joshua Cribbs. He hits the middle, and yet he is gone 76 yards to the house. Keep hope alive. The Browns win it 20-7. In our first game on Sunday night, ACC Hoops, Florida State visiting Georgia Tech. Final seconds of the second half, Jason Rich. Noles are up by 2. Now last chance for the Yellow Jackets. Zach Peacock pulls up, but no good. Seminoles win in dramatic fashion. Remember, for all of the highlights from the hardwood and Week 17 in the NFL, tune in to the FSN Final Score presented by DirecTV. That's following ACC Sunday Night Hoops. Tyler Hansbrough leading the way for the Tar Heels. After this break, we will return as the ACC Sunday Night Hoops halftime show rolls on from Chapel Hill.
Carolina is committed to opportunity, to shaping generations of leaders in education, business, medicine, and more. Now, Carolina makes a commitment to keep these opportunities within everyone's reach.
The Carolina Covenant is a promise. It's a promise to help kids from low-income families get a college education debt-free. It's a promise that Carolina is proud to make because everyone deserves a shot.
Every year, about this time, something magical happens. The red tags come out for the Buick Pontiac GMC Red Tag event. Look for the red tag and your chance to get the best price of the season on 2008 Buick, Pontiac, and GMC models. And the price on that tag is the price you pay. With $1,000 red tag event bonus cash, get this low mileage lease on a 2008 Pontiac G6 for around $199 per month. Call for details. Hurry, the red tag event ends January 2nd. See your Buick Pontiac GMC dealer today.
Hey, Vito's. Hey, yo. You want cheesesteak? Hold on. Hey, Pop. Cheesesteak. Coming on. What? Yeah. Yo, we got burgers.
Hey, what's a burger?
What does he want? A burger? We got the cheesesteak.
Get the cheesesteak.
Yeah. They're both good. Forget about it. Drop the phone. What do you want? Cheesesteak or you want a burger?
Hey, what's he want?
Burger. Hey, Pop, he wants a cheesesteak and a burger on one bun.
What does he want? We do that?
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
The Philly Cheesesteak Thick Burger.
Red means go save at Smithfield Chevrolet. During the Red Tag Savings Event, purchase a new 2007 Chevrolet and get 0% APR for 60 months. Hurry, it all ends December 31st only at Smithfield Chevrolet. That's why our tags are popping up everywhere.
It's not just you. Your family is watching you go through this.
My grandmother died of lung cancer. Smoking just took her life.
If you're smoking and you die, someone's gonna miss you. I no longer have a mother, nor does my little brother. Smoking killed her.
Stop and think before you pick up that cigarette and start smoking.
Eventually, it will kill you.
For more true stories, visit healthwellnc.com.
Red means go save at Smithfield Chevrolet. During the Red Tag Savings Event, purchase a new 2007 Chevrolet and get 0% APR for 60 months. Hurry, it all ends December 31st only at Smithfield Chevrolet. That's why our tags are popping up everywhere.
ACC Sunday Night Hoops is brought to you by Acura. Acura Advance. Now let's rejoin Debbie Antonelli.
North Carolina 36, Valparaiso 31. The Tar Heels with a 5-point lead at the half. Well, part of the reason why North Carolina has been so successful this year has been the play of Tyler Hansbrough. It's not just his All-American-like numbers, it's his All-American work ethic, his intensity, his attitude. So we thought we'd have a little fun talking about his focus and his intensity and compare it to some other celebrities that have that great stare. Tyler Hansbrough certainly has an internal drive that is very difficult to match. How about Clint Eastwood in all the Dirty Harry movies? He can leave you staring in your tracks. Jonathan Papelbon, World Series reliever, stares under the brim of his hat. How about Pat Summitt, the all-time winningest coach in college basketball with 7 national championships, and Tiger Woods might be the best competitor in all of sports. Tyler Hansbrough certainly brings a focus to the game that is infectious towards his teammates. They love playing with him, and he is a really fun guy to watch as he inspires not only his teammates, but the North Carolina fans. The Tar Heels with a 5-point lead. You're watching ACC Sunday Night Hoops.
Everybody's talking about the great taste of Pizza Hut's new Pizza Mia Pizza. The rich whole milk mozzarella. The sauce made from vine ripened California tomatoes. And a perfectly baked crust. But the price leaves them speechless.
$5?
$5. That's right. Anytime you order 3 or more medium one-topping Pizza Mia pizzas, they're each just $5 every day. The new Pizza Mia. Get more, not less. Pizza Hut. Order online.
When Chrysler unveils the most exciting sales event of the year, we want everyone to know about it. Announcing the Chrysler event of a lifetime. For a limited time, get 0% financing on Chrysler 300, the most awarded new car ever. Backed by our lifetime powertrain warranty. That's the best warranty in the business, bar none. Hurry into your Chrysler dealer today, because while the warranty goes on for a lifetime, this event ends soon.
Hey, Vito's. Hey, yo, you want cheesesteak? Hold up. Hey, Pop.
Cheesesteak. Coming on.
What? Yeah, we got burgers.
Hey, what's a burger? What does he want, a burger?
We got the cheesesteak.
Get the cheesesteak.
Yeah, they're both good. Forget about it. Drop the phone. What do you want, cheesesteak or you want a burger?
Hey, what's he want?
Burger. Hey, Pop, he wants a cheesesteak and a burger on $1.
What does he want? We do that? We don't do that.
We don't do that.
The Philly cheesesteak thick burger.
Here in North Carolina, there's a better way to find the pre-owned car or truck you want on the internet. LeafCars.com. More than 2,500 great quality pre-owned vehicles to choose from, all close to home and all offered by the Leaf family of companies. LeafCars.com is easy, convenient, and gives you all the information you need. Prices, mileage, equipment listing, pictures, all available for you to browse through at your convenience. LeafCars.com, the name you can trust on the internet.
It's not just you. Your family is watching you go through this.
My grandmother died of lung cancer. Smoking just took her life.
If you're smoking and you die, someone's gonna miss you. I no longer have a mother, nor does my little brother. Smoking killed her.
Stop and think before you pick up that cigarette and start smoking.
Eventually, it will kill you.
For more true stories, visit healthwellnc.com.
You're watching FSN South.
Biggest lead was 17 for North Carolina. This is the closest any team's been to the Tar Heels since December 1st, when Kentucky trailed by 5. Along with Dan Bonner, I'm Rob Thulin. It was a case, and we kind of disagreed with Lloyd Williams. We thought his team played pretty good defense. Valpo, you got to give them credit. They just came fighting back in the ballgame.
They did. They were in a big hurry to start, but I think they settled down. The game's a lot easier when the ball goes in the basket. They finally made some shots. And as we take a look at our first half highlights, early in the game, it was North Carolina getting out in transition. They had 4 steals early in the ball game. They also had 4 blocks in the first half, and they were able to get out and run. And when they could do that, they were very effective. Valpo, however, did a nice job slowing them down, and then the Crusaders started to hit some threes. They made 7 3-point baskets in the first half. North Carolina made 1, by the way, so Valpo's ability to slow the game down and then make some threes really important.
Here's our World of Warcraft stats for tonight's game, Dan.
And as you take a look here, there's 7 3-point baskets. I think that's very important. Valpo ending the half on an 11-1 run to get themselves right back in this game.
And that's where we are right now, 36-31. We have a second half underway. Can Valpo hang on against the #1 team of the nation? Second half straight ahead.
Dedication, hard work, while always looking to the future. That's what makes an ACC student athlete. Me, developing the best of myself to become a better person, making it all come together, achieving, preparing for tomorrow. Then it hit me. I'm also preparing for the rest of my life.
The Atlantic Coast Conference, striving for tomorrow, today.
When your Jeep dealer unveils the most exciting sales event of the year, we want everyone to know about it. Announcing the Jeep event of a lifetime. For a limited time, get 0% financing on the totally redesigned new all Jeep Liberty, backed by our lifetime powertrain warranty. That's the best warranty in the business, bar none. Hurry into your Jeep dealer today, because while the warranty goes on for a lifetime, this event ends soon.
Baseball fans, the 2008 Braves Fan Fest is January 12th and 13th at the Georgia World Congress Center. This two-day mega baseball event is bigger and better than ever, with interactive games, clinics, and exhibits for the whole family to enjoy. Plus, you'll have a chance to meet your favorite current, former, and future Braves. Tickets are also available for the Atlanta Baseball Players Show and Conference, going on right next door. Be sure to save the date, January 12th and 13th at the Georgia World Congress Center. For tickets, visit braves.com/fanfest.
The bucket list. The list of all the things to do in our lives before we kick the bucket. We could do this.
You got nothing!
I'll show you Evil Knievel.
This is living!
The Bucket List. Rated PG-13. Now playing in select cities everywhere January 11th.
Unlimited Footwear by Mark Echo.
When you open a Samuel Adams lager and begin to pour it out, you get this beautiful amber color, and you put your nose in it, and you get the smell of flowers called hops.
We use noble hops. They are expensive, but it's a better quality ingredient for Boston lager.
Most brewers have a dash of hops.
We use a pound of hops per barrel.
We add some caramel malt to that. Significant full flavor, but everything is there in balance.
The proof is in the taste.
Get ready for war.
On January 1st, Jet Li and Jason Statham are at war. Rated R.
You and I are gonna finish this.
Own it on DVD and Blu-ray January 1st.
Roy Williams, head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. It's time for ACC Sunday Night Hoops in brilliant high definition.
ACC Sunday Night Hoops is presented by Pizza Hut. Double it up with double the toppings and get Pizza Hut's new Double Deep Pizza. Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut. And brought to you in part by World of Warcraft. Download the free demo at warcraft.com. Valparaiso, last 10 years, 0 for 18 versus top 25 teams in the regular season, but they trailed the #1 team in the country by just 5 as we begin the second half. Dan Bonner, Debbie Antonelli, Ron Pooley coming your way from Chapel Hill. Glad you're with us tonight. ACC Sunday Night Hoops presented by Pizza Hut. Big Bavo was quiet in that first 20 minutes.
That's because he doesn't shoot threes. They made 7 of their last 12 three-point baskets, and there they draw the defense out with the threat of the three, and then Huff's able to put it on the deck and go to the goal.
Huff has 5 in the ball game. The lead is down to 3.
And Valpo back into that zone. Ellington 1 for 7 in the first half. Lawson 1 for 4 in the first half.
12 for 16 points in the paint. 4 for 14 outside of the paint, North Carolina was. Debbie Antonelli, how about Homer Drew? He's got to be feeling pretty good about his team.
Well, guys, he is feeling really good about the play in the first half based on the fact that his team kept their composure and their poise when they were down early and couldn't make a shot. He's proud of their effort. 5 offensive rebounds for North Carolina he thought was great. If they can keep it a half-court game, force North Carolina to execute in the quarter court and take the speed away, they have a chance.
Debbie, that's really an interesting point. In the first half, North Carolina had 30 possessions. They were in transition in 14 of the 30. They had to play in the half court in 16 of the 30. So if they're playing in the half court more than half the time, that is a big win for Valpo.
Which is exactly what Homer Drew wanted. He said, I'm concerned about their speed. And it's occasions like this you can see that speed.
Well, you see the speed when you take bad shots, and I think that was an ill-advised shot by McPherson. But see, now they get back on defense, and so now North Carolina's in the half court.
Hansbrough, that's going to be an offensive foul, leaning into Urula Igbavoa, the junior out of Oakdale, Minnesota. Look at it again.
Well, now watch where Tyler Hansbrough catches the ball. He's out by the three-point line, and if you're going to make him drive to the basket, then you have time to bring help and get the charge on him. In the first half, he was catching the ball close to the basket. You want him to catch the ball down on the block, not out by the three-point line and drive.
Huff gets a step on the defense. They swing it around. Hansbrough from way outside, clinks off the side of the rim. Offensive rebound, Huff. The double. Igbavoa with the save. Diebler, nice job.
They were trying to throw that off Lawson's legs.
To the hole. Hansbrough cuts the Carolina lead down to 1.
So it's 11-1 run to end the half, and now they've started with the first 4.
Ginyard, the pull-up, planks it off the back of the rim. Valpo with numbers and a chance to take the lead. McPherson to the hole. Hansbrough can't get it. Here comes Carolina again. Lawson on Diebler. Diebler slaps it away, but we've got a whistle and a foul. And Roy Williams is very upset at his team.
Hansbrough missed the three-point shot, and then he gives the fake. Thompson had a couple of blocks in the first half 3. I think what Roy Williams is upset about, Hansbrough comes all the way from the corner, deep in the corner. Nobody comes to help.
That doesn't help. 82% from the line. Ty Lawson, the sophomore out of Clinton, Maryland. Ellington out. Green in for North Carolina.
I think Roy Williams is a little bit upset with Ellington. Lots of times, particularly with young players, if you don't shoot the ball well, your defensive effort suffers. And I think Danny Green's in there. Not only was he 3 for 3 in the first half, but I think Roy Williams looking for a little bit better effort on the defensive end.
The lead is at 2. Just about a couple minutes passed by here in the opening second 20. Huff thought about it. Tries to dribble through a crowd.
Oh,
right-hander, and he drops it down. We are tied at 37.
He did dribble through a crowd. Back to that zone.
He did. Thompson forces the shot. Tipped around. Last touch by North Carolina. It'll be Valparaiso's basketball.
Ron, think back to early in the game when Valpo was hurrying all their shots on the offensive end. That's what it's looked like North Carolina's doing now. They're just in a big hurry on offense.
Looking for their first lead of the game after going over 7 minutes to start the game without a field goal is Valpo. Hansbrough is fouled before the drive. There's Homer Drew, 19 wins away from a very magic number for him. Dr. Homer Drew looking for his 600th win. His 31st year of coaching. Here is a guy that is one of the outstanding, not only coaches in basketball, but a true gentleman with a capital G. Igbavoa posting up high, hands it back to Huff. Hansbrough picks him up. Plenty of time on the shot clock. That's going to be an offensive foul. Huff got the right arm up, knocked over Hansbrough. That is his second personal foul.
That's a break for North Carolina because Huff did get that arm in there, but Hansbrough was reaching. If Huff doesn't throw that arm out there and knock Hansbrough down, that's a foul against North Carolina. That's a really nice job by Huff to attack Hansbrough off the dribble.
And Igbavoa tries to prevent the slam. Lawson saw Thompson parked underneath, but he came down with the basketball, allowing Igbavoa to cover up. That's number 2 on him. Jared Lloyd, an outstanding first half. Lloyd was 5 of 8 shooting. The rest of the team 7 of 25. He had 14 points.
Well, that 4 or 5 from the three-point line is really the key stat, and he really got him going with basically one-on-one moves. And Thompson, man, that's 2 out of 3 free throws that he's made now. This is a kid that came in shooting only 28% from the free throw line.
And he shot 65% his freshman year. Looks much better now. He's got 11 points in the ball game. His career high is 14, along with his season high. And the lead is up to 2 for North Carolina. Lloyd splits the D, floats the 10-footer, can't get it to fall. Lawson, quick move. And again, as you said, Dan, back into the half court. Green will launch it for about 3 feet outside the 3, and Danny Green's got 10 in the ball game.
See, now here's a danger zone for Valpo. They cannot allow North Carolina to hit them with another run like they did at the start of the game. Valpo climbed back in the game. Now they have to stay in the game.
No foul called, the rejection. Green ahead of the pack. Lawson spotting up. Green thought about it. Huff tries to recover. He launches. No. Diebler comes out with it. I have no idea. He was among the big guys. Lloyd to the hole with the right hand. No. Fights for his own rebound. Ginyard comes up with it.
That was not a good shot by Lloyd. Too much traffic in there. You don't want to play transition basketball against North Carolina.
Lawson for 3. Hansbrough should be called for the foul. I saw him put a little shove on somebody in yellow. And Tyler Hansbrough whistled for the infraction. We've got a timeout. 15:23 to play in the ball game. Valpo tied it up, but North Carolina has gone back up by 5.
Bill, a pipe's burst. Water's everywhere.
Did you turn the water off?
Sure, but who do we call?
When fire or water damage strikes, call the cleanup team insurance agents recommend at 1-800-SERVPRO. The experience to make it like it never even happened.
We swapped out the Whopper for a Big Mac to see what would happen.
That was in there.
You have to look at the facts. You have a fried burger. You're asking for one of our flame-broiled burgers.
I hate McDonald's.
What if I gave you a pie? Well, what can I do to remedy the situation?
I just want a triple Whopper. Oh, what?
We just pulled a prank on you.
I get to meet the king.
Whopper. Anything else is a freaking disappointment.
Miller Chill. The light beer brewed with a hint of lime and salt. Chill is in the air.
I know it. On DVD and Blu-ray High Def, January 1st.
I'm coming for you.
Resident Evil Extinction on DVD and Blu-ray High Def, January 1st.
It's the final days of the Chevy Red Tag event, where the price on the tag is the price you'll pay. And while supplies last, get 0% financing on almost every 07 Chevy car, pickup, and SUV. That's 0% financing for 60 months for qualified buyers on almost every 2007 Chevy. See some red and save some green. Click on Chevy.com, then see your local Chevy dealer.
Carolina only 1 of 7 shooting here in the second half. Valpo 3 of 9, a 5-point North Carolina lead. The #1 team in the country, but Valparaiso's done a nice job to start the second half.
Well, they've done a nice job attacking the basket. Here, Hanpa fakes the 3, which he shot very effectively, and then goes to the goal. And here's Sean Huff, who was only 1 for 6 in the first half, has made 2 field goals, however, in the second half, and these are the 2. Both drives all the way to the basket.
The World of Warcraft stat of the game. Valparaiso starting out 7 of 14. You can see what they've done.
That big spurt. And how many times do people play against North Carolina and say, you know, except for we would have done just fine.
Right.
Well, here it's except for the first 7 minutes of the game. Valpo's playing very well, but that first 7 minutes of the game still counts.
But I think you made a great point. This is an important stretch for Valpo right now.
Well, they climbed all the way back in.
Bavoa, tough shot off the heel of his hand.
And since they've climbed all the way back in, Ron, they've started to take some very, very tough shots.
When they're patient on offense, it seems they're so much more successful.
And you want to make North Carolina, I think, play defense a little bit.
Hanpa with a little hand on the body of Danny Green, whistled for the foul. Samuel Hanpa, sophomore from Finland, played his high school basketball at Cornerstone Christian in San Antonio, Texas.
North Carolina, I think, in certain positions, and the matchup Hanpa against Green is one where North Carolina has an advantage in terms of quickness out on the perimeter. They can take the ball to the basket if they look to take advantage of the mismatch. Here's the zone defense again.
Green for 3, and he buries it. Green with 13 points in the ball game, better than his 12.6 average on the year.
And right, they're back to an 8-point lead. Do you think they're glad they brought Danny Green tonight?
I think they are.
You know, we showed you right at the start of the game, he was dancing over on the sidelines, and he's continued that dance here, particularly from three-point range.
That's a good point. Huff over the outstretched hands of Hansbrough. Bushi knocked it into the hands of Hansbrough, who can't pick it up.
Another very difficult shot opportunity by Valpo.
Green wants it, is feeling it. Lawson, he'll launch the three. He'll make the three.
And all of a sudden, Ron, it's an 11-point game, an 11-0 run.
Now, Valpo went on an 11-1 run. North Carolina has answered. .14:01 to play in the ball game. The #1 team in the country back up by 11.
I think it's part of American history for people to push beyond.
You don't have a respect for the ice road, I think you're not going to be here.
Things will really start changing the instant humans are gone.
You run in for your job, out for your life.
Semi-tough. Tough.
This is a new Roswell.
It's history in the making.
There was 1,000 years of history on this very site.
I love history.
Imagine yourself on the most extreme thrill ride ever. From the legendary Yamaha YFZ 450 and Raptor 700R comes the all-new Raptor 250, the lightest, nimblest sport ATV ever. Mind-blowing fun has never been more serious. From #1 in sport ATVs, Yamaha.
Thursday, FSN College Hoops returns when 5th-ranked UCLA Bruins take on Stanford in a showdown between Pac-10 powers. Coverage begins Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific in high definition right here on FSN. Danny Green's been the man of the day so far for the Tar Heels.
And literally from the start of the game on, Ron, because even before the start of the game, Danny Green was entertaining himself and his teammates and the fans with his little dance routine. But then as the game got going, so did Danny Green, and particularly here in the second half, he's knocked down 2 3-point baskets, and he has been a big part of this 11-0 run.
How about that off the bench? He has come off the bench 11 of 12 games, averages just under 21 minutes a game. He still has had 10 double-digit contests this year, closing in on his career high of 20. All belongs to Valpo, 18 on the shot clock. They need to get a good, patient shot here.
Well, and you have to give North Carolina's defense some credit for this hurry-up that Valpo was doing, much like very early in the game. They're taking away the things that Valpo likes to do, forcing him to dribble the ball.
Lloyd gets behind the defense, and he gets the 2. Lloyd has 16 in the ball game.
Well, they dug themselves a 17-point hole in the first half and got to within 5 at halftime. Now they've dug themselves an 11-point hole here in this half. Let's see if they can climb back in again.
Down by 9. Ellington has been quiet today.
And 1 for 8, Ellington.
Green, the quick shot, and he buries another 3. He's got 16 in the ball game.
You know, they really ought to guard him.
They were spending so much time talking about, 5 and 22 in practice yesterday. Homer Drew, I think they forgot about 14. No foul called as Huff goes in with the big guys, and they're going to say it's North Carolina's basketball. Let's take a look at the junior from North Babylon, New York.
Again, Danny Green, you can see he's out there on the zone. Bushi actually gets out there pretty well, puts a hand in his face, but Green, he's feeling it tonight.
He was very stressed last year, Danny Green. His father's incarcerated, should be getting out in a couple of months, and Stevenson can't go, and it really took its toll on young Danny Green last year. came back this year, wanted to improve his three-point percentage as we have a whistle and a foul. Hansbrough up off Valpo's bench, as is Ty Lawson from North Carolina.
Ron, you know, Valpo down by 12, North Carolina in this half has stretched out the lead despite the fact that Tyler Hansbrough has not touched the ball in scoring position in this half. So Valparaiso doing a pretty good job limiting Hansbrough's touches close to the basket. But Danny Green's offense really a big factor.
Well, he and Ellington average about 14 field goal attempts a game. And right now, Hansbrough's taken 5, Ellington's taken 8.
North Carolina 1 for 7 shooting threes in the first half. Is 4 for 6 in the second half.
We'll see if Mr. Green, another turnover by Valpo. Inside at 12.5, Stevenson rejected by Boucher. Here comes Lloyd with McPherson on the right. Little French pastry there, should have kept it simple.
He had a 1-on-3.
Yeah.
And what you do with a 1-on-3 is you circle back around, get your offense set.
That's a senior doing that too. There you can see, as you were talking about, the first and second half from beyond the arc.
So are you think that those numbers indicate that the three-point shooting by Valpo got Carolina's attention?
I think it did.
Only one attempt, and we're almost 8 minutes into the second half. That's why the Crusaders are driving to the basket in this half, because North Carolina's running at them. You know, Valpo, I think, is a team you got to make them beat you 2 at a time.
Big Bavoa stretches out over Ellington. That's a 3. Thompson fighting for the rebound. We've got a whistle and a foul. No jump ball.
I think they're going to get Lloyd, maybe. No, McPherson's going to get the foul. Thompson has really done a nice job. You know, he started the game in such fine fashion, and then he sort of disappeared, and now here in this stretch.
McPherson's got 2 personal fouls. Valpo has not gone to the free throw line in this ball game yet.
Thompson with 6 rebounds in the game.
Green tries to force the pass inside. Boucher ties it up. Possession arrow belongs to North Carolina, and at the 11:53 mark, we'll step aside also. They tied at 37, but Carolina has opened up a lead by a dozen.
Everybody's talking about the great taste of Pizza Hut's new Pizza Mia Pizza. The rich whole milk mozzarella. The sauce made from fine ripened California tomatoes. And a perfectly baked crust. But the price leaves them speechless.
$5?
$5. That's right. Anytime you order 3 or more medium one-topping Pizza Mia pizzas, they're each just $5 every day. The new Pizza Mia. Get more, not less. Pizza Hut. Order online.
The true power and beauty of HD TV is often hidden, unable to be seen. Only Hitachi original technologies unleash the true power and beauty of everything you watch on HD TV. Introducing the new Hitachi line of full HD 1080 televisions. Only from Hitachi.
Hey, think I got here by sitting on my butt all day playing video games? Come on, get out there on a Honda. Who knows? Maybe one day some kid will be playing you.
The Honda CRF F-Series. Unplug your kids. Get your kids in a CRF F for as low as $39 a month and up to $300 in bonus bucks now during the Good to Go sales event.
Who knew that 8 pounds 4 ounces could take up so much space? You moved the computer into the laundry room and a new minivan into the garage. Maybe you need to expand about 600 square feet. Maybe you need more than just an expansion. Banking, insurance, investments. BB&T. There's opportunity here.
Field goals made by North Carolina here in the second half have been from beyond the arc. They lead it by 12. We take you back to the 92-93 NCAA championship team. They lose to Michigan back in December, but they come back to beat the Wolverines for the national title. And there's one member of that team that's here tonight, sitting straight across from us, and he's taking away the uniform, put the headset on. There's Montross, the big center.
And his name is up in the rafters.
You get your jersey honored here if you're first-team All-American, and Eric Montross was.
Danny Green this time goes inside. He's got 18, 2 off his career high.
Boy, and another spurt by North Carolina. This one not triggered with turnovers, but three-point baskets. Now they're getting it done on the inside.
First non-three-point basket and another turnover. Ginyard to the hole. Showtime, folks.
The North Carolina defense is really disrupting what the Crusaders are trying to do on offense, taking away those three-point opportunities.
18-2 run now. Shot rejected by Thompson.
That's 4 for him today.
Green looks, shoots.
Everybody in the building surprised that he missed it. He was 4 for 4 shooting threes. When we talked about North Carolina's ability on the defensive end, Marcus Ginyard, noted for defensive skills, steals the ball, gets down the court. When North Carolina has been able to get out in transition, they have been very effective in this ball game. And Ginyard just does a great job turning Hansbrough around on that play.
Debbie, you were in the huddle of Valparaiso just a moment ago. How's Homer Drew with his team?
Well, he's very upbeat is what he is, and he thinks his team could be much more assertive offensively. They haven't gotten to the free throw line, as you noted. He made sure his guys knew that they need to stay aggressive on the glass, and they've got to get some baskets. They cannot trade with North Carolina.
Hansbrough is mugged as he goes to the left side by Ginyard. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. Samuel Hansbrough will go to the stripe. Hansbrough only 3 of 9 shooting. This will be their first free throw attempt. So Debbie, just what you said, he let the players know, and Hansbrough at least try to take it to the hole. He's got 7 points in the ball game.
You know, Hansbrough led Valpo in scoring as a freshman. And the last guy to do that was Lubos Barton. Back at the start of this Valpo era where they started playing so well in the early 90s, and part of the connection, the foreign connection that Valpo has had. Barton was from Latvia, I think, and here Hansbrough from Finland.
Well, they've got a couple of guys from Finland, from Germany, from Jamaica on this team, but you know, you go to the free throw line, but you got to make them. Hansbrough off balance, gets his 11th point of the ball game, half his average.
He's unbelievable in there.
Yeah.
He catches the ball, and if you wait to double team him until he catches it, he's going to shoot it before, or you're going to foul him before he can get the double team.
Thompson rejects, tough shot. Here comes Lawson.
Speed.
Tries to blow by Hansbrough, but he is fouled. That's all he could do. He had that. You said about the extra gear he's got?
Well, Roy Williams says he has an extra gear, and you're going to see it right here. Thompson with his 5th blocked shot of the game, and right there he just accelerates, and Hansbrough does the only thing he can do, puts his body in front and hits him.
Thompson had 13 blocks coming into the game. He's got 5 this evening. And the lead is quickly up to 18. We were tied at 37, a 20-2 run now for the Tar Heels. Hansbrough in traffic, still able to get the shot up, but he is fouled on the play. That's going to be on Lloyd.
And that's what he does. He gets the ball in the lane and he shoots it.
20-2 run. Green has 11 of those 22 points. And here's Tyler Hansbrough. We talked about his free throws, get to the line the last 6 games, about 10 times a contest. That's pretty decent. 13 in the ball game. The lead is now 20. This is the biggest lead of the game. North Carolina led by 17 in the first 20.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Valpo tied it at 37. It was at one point 37 to 37. Green got that one.
Bushi looked like he got it in the eye. Comes up blinking. They also got a lot of the ball. Here's Green. Graves with the 3. That's the shot he was practicing at 11:30 this morning. Hanpa for three. Off the back of the iron, the high bounce. Rebound Hansbrough. He's got 12 rebounds, a double-double.
The three was what got Valpo back in it in the first half. They're going to have to knock some down here.
Graves again, buries the two. Will Graves, the redshirt freshman from Greensboro, North Carolina, has 5. We've got a timeout by Valpo.
Graves, who just hit the three, so he gets their attention. The defense goes flying by, steps inside and makes the two. That's exactly what the coach tells you to do. And when you're one of those guys who sits over there on the bench, you want to take advantage of every opportunity you get.
Well, Graves' career high is 7. He's got 5 in the ball game, and he was out this morning about 11:30 shooting those exact same shots. And there's Tyler Hansbrough with a double-double tonight. 13 points, 12 rebounds, 23 now in his career. Best among those that are still active in college basketball.
And he has been unbelievably efficient tonight with those 13 points. We've said before, he just has not caught the ball that many times in scoring position.
He's 5 of 6 shooting. The lead is 25. 8:50 to play in the ball game. In case you just joined us, North Carolina led by just 5 at halftime. Valpo tied it up at 37. Oh my! And Lloyd takes quite a hit from Will Graves, who's 245 pounds. Lloyd is 170. And Lloyd whistled for the foul.
And not only that, Lloyd gets the foul.
Yeah. And we'll go back down and we'll get our first look at Will Graves. Coaches really like this young man. Says he's savvy. He can be very good. First points in the last 3 games. That's his first free throw in the last 9 games.
Well, and with Bobby Frazier, as we mentioned before, out for the season with that knee injury, and Quentin Thomas hobbled at the moment with an ankle injury, you'd expect a guy like Graves to see a few more minutes on the floor. So very good news for the Tar Heels if he can be productive.
Lloyd beats everybody down the court and makes him pay with the left hand. Only the 4th point for Valpo since they tied it at 37. He's got 18 points in the ball game now for Lloyd. Diebler doing a nice job trying to keep it alive. And, you know, at Valpo home games, what they do is they kind of have what they like to affectionately call the Diebler line. And guys, how many times he hits the floor, how many times he goes into the crowd.
Roy Williams asking the officials, wasn't that a foul? You know, and you certainly think that because once Lawson shifts into that higher gear, I'm really surprised when anybody could stay anywhere near it.
Lawson, get on the shot clock. Just that little stutter, and he takes it home.
You know, if you're guarding Hansbrough and he fakes the jump shot, you want him to shoot the jump shot. The last thing you want is him to go right by you and dunk it.
15 now for the preseason #1 guy in college basketball. And a whistle and a foul with 7:48 to play in the contest. North Carolina, the #1 team in the country, showing us why. They've upped the lead to 25.
Something strange happens to people this time of year. They look for reasons to buy a new Toyota. We call it the Toyotathon phenomenon. With available cash back and the XSP Sport Package discount, get $5,000 in total savings on a new 08 Tundra Double Cab SR5, voted the 2008 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. There's never been a better time to get the new Toyota you've always wanted or needed. Hurry in. The Toyotathon phenomenon is going on now.
The Bucket List is a gift to moviegoers. A wonderfully smart and inspiring film. Winner, one of the top 10 films of the year.
Proud of you. Nobody cares what you think.
The Bucket List, rated PG-13. Now playing in select cities everywhere January 11th.
Every year about this time, something magical happens.
The red tags come out for the Buick Pontiac GMC Red Tag event. Look for the red tag and your chance to get the best price of the season on 2008 Buick, Pontiac, and GMC models. And the price on that tag is the price you pay. With $1,000 red tag event bonus cash, get this low mileage lease on a 2008 Pontiac G6 for around $199 per month. Call for details. Hurry, the red tag event ends January 2nd. See your Buick Pontiac GMC dealer today.
The bucket list. The list of all the things to do before we kick the bucket. We can do this.
I hate your guts!
The bucket list. Proud of you. Nobody cares what you think.
Rated PG-13. Now playing in select cities everywhere January 11th.
Every night, there's just one place to be. The best damn sports show, period. Come on in and be our guest for Sports Television's nightly party. The world's greatest late-night sports show is just getting started. The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on FSN.
North Carolina, one of the teams we'll see next week in our doubleheader at FSN College Hoops. Presented by Pizza Hut. We got Cornell taking on Duke, followed by North Carolina and Clemson. And it all begins at 5:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Pacific, in high definition right here on FSN. Danny Green's been the man of the hour tonight. He has done an outstanding job. Checking in with 18 points in the ball game. Danny Green's career high is 20. Bushi inside, can't get it to go, and he'll go to the line. Only the second Valpo player that will see the stripe tonight. Debbie, what do you got for us?
Well, Tyler Hansbrough and that stare, that intensity after the dunk. You take a look at his ability to get to the rim and finish, and it's all about business. There's no doubt he's taking the basket right, taking the ball right to the rim to finish, and then when he runs back down the floor, it's all about business.
Well, the interesting thing about Hansbrough, Deb, he has touched the ball. Touched now. Not caught it in scoring position, but touched it exactly 6 times in this half, and he scored 6 points.
Gidner, by the way, picked up his 4th personal foul. He has to sit down. Hansbrough another rebound. He's got 13 boards in the ball game. Averages just under 10 a contest. We're closing in on 7 minutes to play. Hansbrough, baseline, sees the double. Hanpa puts his hands up, and he's the one who goes down.
But he fouled Hansbrough.
Yeah, that's right. You got 250 pounds going up against about 200, and now Hanpa picks up his 3rd.
When I say he touched it 6 times, Ron, that is on the offensive end. I'm not counting the rebounds he gets. Obviously, he gets his hands, touches it a lot more than 6 times. But there's his 7th touch on the offensive end, and he's going back to the free throw line.
He's got 15 the last 8 home games. He's averaged about 24 points a game and 9.5 rebounds, shooting about 59%. You gotta love a guy that's 6'9", 250 from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, who does yoga before every game.
All that means is that he's flexible. You and
Very
I
flexible.
could not do any yoga even if we wanted to.
I know yoga, but I would.
Didn't he used to catch for the Yankees?
Yeah, I think that. Or he had that other little bear friend. 16 now for Hansbrough in the ball game. Leads the ACC in scoring. Number 2 in rebounding. And also, I should say, leads the rebounding. Number 2 in field goal percentage. 26-point lead, biggest of the ball game. Lloyd, the pull-up jumper. That's what he was so good at in the first half, and that's a 2.
Well, now, that is a very tough shot. Hansbrough did a nice job helping on the screen, and then Lawson got back to his man, put a hand in his face. That's the kind of difficult. That's why you get behind by 24 points in the game, if those are the kind of shots you're getting, even if they're going in the goal.
Lloyd tries to work defensively on Ellington, slaps it away. Lloyd with 20, that matches his season high that he had against Vandy. And Howard Little checks into the lineup, number 14 for Valpo, and Sean Huff takes a seat. Little, a freshman out of Crete, Illinois. Ellington, Hansbrough posting up on Bushi, and boy, he is so deep. There's nothing you can do when he gets that deep.
Well, he does a great job positioning himself to catch the ball. Some guys would be down there on standing straight up and down, and the defender could come around and knock the ball away, but not Hansbrough. He gets there, he gets his legs spread out, a nice wide base in there, and then he can't come around. If you're going to try, you're going to foul him.
He has 17, make it 18 in the ball game. They've got about 6 to 8 hours a day in the summer. Pick up games, did weights. Said it took him about a week to get over the loss to Georgetown. He's back in, lifting weights, working out. He's hit 7 of 8 free throws tonight. Lead is back to 26. 6:45 to play in the contest.
Stay with him. Okay.
You see North Carolina really aggressively defending way out beyond the three-point arc.
Diebler from the Bushi inside. Couple double pumps. No, Green gets a piece of it. Hansbrough makes him pay with a little 7-footer. He's got 9 in the ball game, but the lead is at 24. Green, nice pass inside. Count the basket by Ellington.
Wow.
Green with 5 assists now in this contest.
He's got a couple of blocked shots. He's got the 18 points you mentioned. He's got a steal. No, couldn't catch up with it. Not a bad night all the way around.
No, I think Mr. Green's going to get yeoman's effort tonight. 7 of 9 shooting, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Got 4 rebounds and 4 blocks too. Hansbrough look to see where the defense was, hammered hard by Howard Little.
They're going to call an intentional foul on that one. Well, one of the aspects of the intentional foul rule is to protect guys in open layup situations like this. Hansbrough takes a look and he just gets hammered. A guy basically sort of is very vulnerable in that situation, and he got the intentional foul call because he just really brought that arm down around the one arm and then wrapped the other arm. So that would be 2 shots and the ball for the Tar Heels.
Hansbrough now has 20 in the ball game. Homer Drew talking to young Mr. Little.
And the severity of the foul doesn't really make any difference except in that breakaway layup situation.
Well, he moved up another notch. He's already passed J.R. Reed. Now he's at 22.
He's got still got a lot of notches there.
Yeah, still a lot of notches. Past Coach Lebo.
Now most of those notches, the numbers are hanging up on in the rafters here.
Yeah, Lawson just took it across the face from Lloyd. Hansbrough up high, goes down low, gets the loose ball, and he goes for the right-handed slam. 23 for Tyler Hansbrough. The lead is 30. It's the biggest of the ball game. And remember, we were tied at 37. Little. No. Nice effort on the boards. Green has it slapped. Here's Little. Lawson poke checked it away. Here they come again. Hansbrough looking. Nice pass inside. Whistle and a foul. Stevenson will go to the line. Diebler commits the foul.
If you're Valpo, you got to be shaking your head because through most of the game, you've done a pretty nice job defending Tyler Hansbrough. He tries to get it inside. The ball comes right back to him. You say, well, he's just in the right place at the right time. Well, he's going hard to the basket, and so when you catch the ball there, it doesn't have anything to do with luck. It's just you're playing hard.
Well, we lost the contact, and Stevenson was not. Coach
Williams found it.
He does it all, ladies and gentlemen. He lost the contact. Stevenson was shaking his head like, forget about it. Let's just go.
Now, how can Roy Williams, who obviously doesn't wear contacts,
no.
how does he know how to find one of those?
Well, he's got glasses.
Well, I understand that.
They work better.
Glasses are easier to find when they fall off, though.
You know, talking to some of our guys on the crew who actually went to college with Roy Williams, started out as intramural director and, you know, working and kind of worked his way up. Assistant coach, of course, for Dean Smith, who recommended him for the
he has some great stories about his early days on Dean Smith's staff where he had to take the game tape and drive it around to the various television stations in town, in the state.
And of course,
for the Dean Smith Coaches Show.
Of course, inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame, 6-time National Coach of the Year. Now we're ready. Stevenson cleaned off the specs, put it back in his eye, and we're ready to go. Alex Stevenson, the sophomore from Harvard Westlake High School in L.A. Only 5 of 16 coming in to the game from the line. And Hansbrough, I think that's the last one sealed. Copeland comes in. Tyler Hansbrough's going to take a seat.
And Hansbrough's going to sit down. Look at Little out there, number 14 for Valpo. You see how he keeps putting his his thumb to his mouth?
Yeah.
On that last play, he just chipped a tooth. The trainer just ran out and picked it up. And so Little's out there, number 14 in gold, who's got his hand on his mouth.
And he keeps doing it. He keeps
just
rolling
lost,
the tongue out there.
Yeah, just lost part of his tooth.
It's like, I got to concentrate on this game, but boy, this feels weird.
Well, you know, you're a guy that doesn't play a lot of minutes. He's played in every game, but he hasn't played a lot of minutes. You don't want to come out for something as minor as a chipped tooth.
Well, after Stevenson pins it up against the hoop, Valpo gets the basket, 77-48. Green again, looking for a new career high. Drops the basket down. He's got 20.
Wow.
That ties his career high.
You know, it's hard to imagine, as this game now has become a 31-point game, that at one point in the second half, it was a tie game.
Valpo's only scored 11, Dan, since it was tied. And 42 for Carolina. Now let's take a look at some of the news and notes from around the ACC today. J.J. Hicks of North Carolina State. You and I had a chance to see him last week. Big game against West Carolina. Western Carolina 33. And how about Miami losing to Winthrop?
And that was a loss at home. Keep in mind, Winthrop is a very good basketball team, but Miami riding high as one of the undefeated teams in the country. And then Virginia Tech winning a tournament. We saw them last weekend on ACC Sunday Night Hoops. Suffered a tough loss to Wake Forest.
Well, congratulations, Seth Greenberg and his staff for that win. And also for Wake Forest for winning their bowl game in football. Jim Grove, congratulations, my friend. 4:34 to play in the ball game. North Carolina leading it. They're 12-0 overall, 5 at home. Valpo, 2 losses this year as they move from the Mid-Continent Conference to the Horizon League. 2 losses to Vandy and Wisconsin.
You heard Homer Drew say before the game that the one thing that they had not had to deal with this year was speed like North Carolina has. And I think that just over time, that speed wears you down. And I think we've seen the speed, the quickness, the aggressiveness on the defensive end in the second half. You said Valpo has only scored 11 points since they tied the game at 37, but I think that's because North Carolina has done a really good job defending the three, making them drive the ball to the basket where they've been able to block shots and close out defensively.
Little bad pass, tried to force it into a double team.
And here Gignard going to have an opportunity to run the point a little bit as the game winds down.
And this is important because Coach Williams needs another point guard. Obviously with Frazier out, Quentin Thomas also out. Graves with 3, and he buries it.
Wow.
Graves has 8 in the ball game. Not bad for a guy whose average isn't even close to that. 1.4. He's got a new career high. Deep in the corner, nothing doing. Rogers just let it fly, but we have a whistle away from the basketball. We've got a timeout inside of 4 minutes. 3:54 to play. North Carolina leads at 82-48.
Rob, you know, Verizon Wireless still has lots of really great phones on sale. Got myself a Venus with a touchscreen.
The holidays aren't over yet. Because some of the season's hottest phones are up to 50% off, like the Samsung U620, perfect for Vcast mobile TV, just $49.99. Or get the Moto Q Music, just $99.99. Verizon.
Time Warner Cable gives you the power to choose, especially when it comes to sports. With all the sports channels available, Time Warner Cable gives sports fans what they crave. Plus, sports in high definition like ACC, NFL, MLB, and more. Then, add Carolina On Demand with tons of high school sports. Find out more. Go to twcus.com/sports. Time Warner Cable. It's all about making choices. That's the power of you.
Danny Green has done an outstanding job tonight, leading his team to that 82-48 lead in the ball game with 3:54 to play.
Ron, the bad news is that guys are superstitious, and he's played well, so maybe he's going to do this before every game. Gosh, I hope not. But he has had a great game tonight. He's got 20 points. He's made 8 of 10 field goals, 4 of 5 shooting from beyond the arc. And in addition to his 20 points, he's got 5 assists. He's got 4 rebounds. He's got 4 block shots. He's got 3 steals.
And he wins our Mark Madsen dancing contest tonight.
Now look at that, a 45-11 run.
Maybe we can get him on Dancing with the Stars.
Well, he plays many more games like this, he'll certainly qualify as a star.
He's sure better than Wayne Newton. Here's Lloyd on the outside. He had the hot hand in that late in the first half to really spur this comeback. Gets hit as he shoots, and that'll be 3 free throws as Graves gets a piece of them. Lloyd brought him to within 5 at intermission. Jared Lloyd, the senior out of Lincolnwood, Illinois, will go to the line. He had 43 starts his first 2 years at Valpo. Last 2 years, he's come off the bench. Coach Homer Drew telling us yesterday, and he said, no, I really think he found his role doing that. They like him providing energy. He's got 21. That's a new season high for the young man. This is his career best average. I think they caught.
Well, it's 3 shots.
Oh, 3 shots.
No, it's 3 shots. He got fouled shooting the 3.
Callum McLeod is checked into the lineup for Valpo also. And here comes North Carolina. 3.5 to play in the ball game. They lead it 82-49. 12 points scored by Valparaiso here in this second half. North Carolina emptying their bench a little bit now. Maybe Tanner is checked in the lineup at 15. They give it up. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Will Graves. He has 11 second half points.
Just tremendous ball movement by North Carolina. Roy Williams told Debbie Antonelli at halftime his team had to be able to play a game in the 50s and 60s, and, well, not tonight.
We don't have to worry about it tonight. They've been over 105 times this year. They did it 7 last year. Of course, they did it 10 times in 1993. Very special year we've already talked about. Tanner thought about it. Graves will launch the 3. He has had the hot hand.
Roy Williams calls a timeout to get his subs in the game. He wants to clear the bench. North Carolina has outscored Valpo in this half 52-18. And look, the 3-point baskets are the story. I think Roy Williams, as we said before, talked about defending the 3 in the second half. No 3-point baskets for the Crusaders. Roy Williams, yeah, Roy, you can smile a little bit. 8 for 12 for the Tar Heels. And Wayne Ellington hadn't made any of them.
Unbelievable. They're not too far away from conference play starting. Campbell guarding Lloyd as they've gone to their entire bench for North Carolina. A lot of guys that practice hard each and every day. Getting a little playing time tonight.
Well, the Tar Heels, you're talking, and you get a look at the Crusaders. Homer Drew told us before the game that they weren't in awe of coming in and playing the #1 team, and they certainly showed that they weren't. They tied the game at 37, and that's the hardest thing for me to sort of get a grip on here, is that this game was at one time tied at 37. But for North Carolina, they've got one more test before conference play starts. They play Kent State. And that game that we're going to have for you next week on Sunday Night Hoops, North Carolina at Clemson, that may be one of the best games of the year in the ACC, even though it's so early in the conference schedule.
You know, I'm talking to the North Carolina people, too. They're not looking forward to playing UNC Asheville again. You and I had the game last year. They said they think they're a much improved ball club. Final 2 minutes. Glad you're with us tonight. On the outside, Little also plays football, doesn't get it. Rogers just throws it ahead to himself. Bad pass. Moody takes it away. Of course, in game 1, Florida State, exciting win over Georgia Tech by 2. Moody now backs it out. Moody leans in. That's going to be a travel. Debbie Antonelli has been roaming our sidelines tonight. Debbie.
Well, guys, when the North Carolina players leave their locker room, the last thing they see and the last visual they get is this special stat board. These stats aren't on the regular stat sheet. It's a chance for Roy Williams to reward his individual play in a team sport. It's hustle plays. It's about extra effort. It's about charges, setting great screens, and headhunting. Team defense. Players take a lot of pride in getting their name on that board. It's attention to detail that separates the really good teams from the great teams and potential national champions.
Think Danny Green's going to be on that board, Debbie?
I think Green might be on. I think Graves is making a bid for being on that board.
You know, it's so funny because this morning he was out very early shooting, and that's the exact same spots he's hitting where he was working out from today.
But again, with Bobby Frazier out of the lineup, you would expect a guy like Graves to maybe get a few more minutes, particularly when he shoots the ball the way he shot it today.
Well, the Tar Heels aren't going to get to that century mark, but they are going to secure their 13th win of the year, 6-0 at home. They were 16-1 last year at home. The long pass to Lloyd, who's had just an incredible game, but he blows the bunny shot. Campbell to the hole with the right hand. Scoop won't go. Tip. Boucy tips it in. Unfortunately, he's wearing the wrong uniform, but they'll give the points to the guys in white.
North Carolina certainly doesn't need any of that kind of help. Just a tremendous second half explosion by North Carolina. Another inside basket for Valpo. You know, North Carolina, one of the knocks on them is they don't shoot the ball very well from the perimeter. Well, we showed you they made 8 threes in the second half today. But if they're going to make 8 threes, 9 total actually in the ball game, if they're going to make that many three-point shots with the way they get up and down and rebound and with Hansbrough on the inside, they might even be better than we think they are, and they're the #1 team in the country.
I know. This is a team that was on a mission. Roy Williams talking about it. He says we had to improve our defense. He said he's got notes on under the glass of his desk, and 90% of them deal with defense. And that's going to do it. Homer Drew's team tied him at 37, but it was all North Carolina after that. Danny Green was the big stud tonight for the Tar Heels. 20 points, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc, 4 blocks. How about a set or tie career highs in some of those numbers? Danny Green led them in the final 90-58.
Well, in addition to those numbers, which are all career highs, Ron, he had 3 steals in the game. He had 5 assists in the game. He had 4 rebounds in the game.
Tyler Hansbrough was not the big star of the game, and they still win by a bundle. He was pretty efficient, though, as you talked about. 7 of 8 shooting, 9 of 10 from the line. Finished with 23 points, 13 rebounds for Tyler Hansbrough. And Carolina wins at the final 90-58. Once again, the final score 90-58. Coming up on the other side of the break, we will take you to final score in our studios in Atlanta or in Los Angeles. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Everybody's talking about the great taste of Pizza Hut's new Pizza Mia Pizza. The rich whole milk mozzarella. The sauce made from fine ripened California tomatoes. And a perfectly baked crust. But the price leaves them speechless.
$5? $5.
That's right. Anytime you order 3 or more medium one-topping Pizza Mia pizzas, they're each just $5 every day. The new Pizza Mia. Get more, not less. Pizza Hut. Order online.
Whoa, I didn't see that coming.
It's a crunchy hot wing with no sauce.
But it's still got all the kick.
Sauceless and crunchy, it's amazing.
In a split second, everything that I knew about hot wings has changed. In this new wing world, anything is possible.
Will you go out with me?
Yes.
Didn't see that coming.
Crunchy on the outside, spicy on the inside. The sauceless hot wing is at KFC. Get a bucket of 20 or try 6 wings for $2.99. Only at...
It's the season to shop, and the Red Tags are here for the Buick Pontiac GMC Red Tag event. And right now, they're bringing the best values of the season. Look for the Red Tag and get 0% financing for 60 months on remaining 2007 Pontiac, Buick, and GMC models. That's 0% financing for 5 full years on all 2007 cars, light-duty trucks, and SUVs while supplies last. Hurry, the Red Tag event ends January 2nd.
Seeing the Crusaders tie them early in the second half, the Tar Heels go on a huge run to keep their #1 ranking intact. Hello there, I'm Danielle Sargent with this final score update. It's the final day of the NFL season, and 5 teams were vying for the final 2 playoff spots. The Redskins just a win away from the postseason. To FedEx Field we go, Cowboys and Redskins. First quarter of a scoreless game. Check out Clinton Portis. Takes the handoff, breaks a couple of tackles, and the nice little flip there into the end zone. Skins are up 7-0. Fourth quarter, Redskins rolling. It's Todd Collins hooking up with his boy Santana Moss, 42-yard touchdown. The Redskins are heading to the playoffs. They win 27-6. So the Redskins heading cross-country to take on the Seahawks. That game on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Giants will be in Tampa to take on the Bucs on Sunday. You can see that game exclusively on Fox at 1 p.m. Eastern. You do not want to miss that one. In the AFC, the final spot came down to either the Browns or the Titans. Cleveland needed Indianapolis to beat Tennessee if they wanted any chance to continue their season. Unfortunately for the Browns, the Colts were locked into their playoff spot and had no incentive in beating the Titans. Right now, Tennessee up 7-3 in the second quarter. How about some highlights? The Browns are trying to take care of their business, hosting the Niners. First quarter action, this game scoreless. Check that. Joshua Cribbs fields the punt, and he is gone 76 yards to the house. That's his first career punt return for a touchdown. The Browns are up 7-0. Later, yes, that is Brady Quinn, folks, making his NFL debut for the briefly injured Derek Anderson. Late in the second quarter, Quinn, to Braylon Edwards, but he couldn't hold on. Browns win 27. Now to basketball, where in our first game on Sunday night ACC hoops, Florida State and Georgia Tech open conference play. The Seminoles came in short-handed as a couple of their freshmen were sidelined with injuries. FSU and Georgia Tech coming at you from the Thriller Dome. Final seconds of the second half. Jason Rich. Oh, that's Rich. The Noles are up by 2 now. Last chance for the Yellow Jackets. Zach Peacock's shot is off the mark, so the Seminoles win in dramatic fashion. Then we've got Wake Forest taking on Air Force. Second half, Wake Forest getting it going here. James Johnson, the big block. That leads to this. Finally kicked out. Hey, Jeff Teague, will you go ahead and drop a dime for me? Thank you. Wake Forest goes on to win 78-67. For most of you, coming up at the top of the hour after they wrap it up in Chapel Hill, a full 30 minutes of the FSN final score with all of the highlights from the hardwood and Week 17 in the